A student of McGrath High School in Linstead, St. Catherine dies following an incident in a swimming pool at a guest house in St. Mary. The incident happened 2 years after the child's mother passed away. The bereaved father, who is seeking answers, is not convinced that the police are conducting any proper investigation into the matter.
It is very shameful for me to say I have very limited amount of information. Very limited because I am not getting anywhere regarding what happened to him, especially from the police.
Stevie Saunders from Linstead in St. Catherine is having sleepless nights, thinking that he has broken a solemn promise that he had made. He stated that while his children's mom, Stephanie Campbell, was on her deathbed, he promised her that he would have taken care of their 3 children.
She was fighting cancer for about 8 years. Most of the time in throughout their life, you see, they know their mother in great pain. She was in and out of the hospital. Spent more time in the hospital, very little time at home, especially within the last 2 years. So because I saw seeing their mother in great distress and pain, I would say them very emotional and distracted.
Saunders is still struggling to come to terms with the fact that about 2 years after his children's mom died, their 13-year-old son, Jesse Saunders, lost his life under questionable circumstances in a guest house swimming pool in the Tower Isle area of St. Mary.
I cried. And I have to apologize to him because he expect me to protect him, and I feel it. As parents, I feel it. My main responsibility is to protect them. Me ensure, me tell them that before him shed him and say, I will ensure everything run right. And I will ensure everything run right. Because we send him out. And he's a dead body, we get to come bury. And all it do is cost me. Emotionally cost me and financially cost me.
Saunders and his children live at Cheesefield district and occasionally at Treadways, both in Linstead. He said he allowed his son to leave his home to spend time with a paternal aunt who was visiting the island. That's how he ended up staying at a guest house in the Tower Isle area of St. Mary. Saunders said he thought his son was having a grand time, but that was before he got the devastating phone call informing him that his son died on June 17. A post-mortem revealed that his son drowned, but according to Saunders, the circumstances under which the incident happened remain a mystery to him. The father further claimed that no pertinent information regarding the circumstances of his son's death has been forthcoming from the guest house management and from the St. Mary police.
It is very shameful for me to say I have very limited amount of information. Very limited because I am not getting anywhere regarding what happened to him, especially from the police. And up to now they haven't told me what happened. Nothing that tell me what happened. Only thing I learned, and this is just off a hearsay, he went into the pool and he tried to hold him breath to see who can stay in the longest. And that's it. So him then never even tried to save himself. And as far as I see, there's no such thing ever happened from the face of the earth yet. It might be enough sense to assess things for himself, because this is something I read it in my head. You must see things, you must know things, you can't be blind. So, somebody have to see, somebody have to know. So with all these things necessary, he might have enough knowledge to take care of himself. So when they are telling me that him just drown, him just go and hold him breath and that's it, it don't make no sense to me, sir. And as far as I'm seeing, nobody is held accountable where serious question asks and you get serious and sensible answers.
The father, in the meantime, appealed for Commissioner of Police Major General Antony to intervene and ensure that the proper investigation is conducted for him to get some amount of closure.
I need some answers. So if you're a medium could he able to get the commissioner to talk to the police who have the kid, tell him to do him police work? Can I entitled to know what happened?
Despite the immense grief that he now faces, the father told the Beacon that he has fond memories of his son, who was born on Christmas Eve. The child loved motor vehicles, perhaps because he had this toy one when he was much younger. His passion grew as he grew, presumably because his dad is a trucker and there is a garage relatively close to his home.
He always want to be a truck driver because it's true. He always see me around truck, and where we stay sometimes there's a truck garage. So I'm always fascinated about the truck, but other than the truck, them with what vehicle me have around me, and them participate. But I'm always want to become a truck driver. He like to drive. He also like to participate by working on the vehicle. From starting by pulling off the wheels, block it up. So first, as I teach him, if he ensure say wheel, if he catch a wheel them, say with a catch a wheel them, set him jack, and them basic things, the harder part of the work, I really do it.
The late Jesse also loved drawing and drama, both of which he was interested in doing at McGraw High School, where he was on the verge of entering grade 8.
He mainly would participate in artwork, He would do a lot of drawing. And most other than the drawing, he would want to participate in drama, but I never really have fond of those things, so maybe that's why I never really encourage him much to participate in those things, but I always take him schoolwork very seriously.
The father explained that his son had improved in his academic performance.
He went with about a 40 average, or below 40 at first. With the passing of his mother, he was distracted and very emotional for him. So because that's so, he never did well in his term grade. That would place him at school. But at presently now, he have an average of 76. 76. Because as the teachers, them are aware of, let me aware of that, him more really working hard to get to one of the brightest 8th grade.
The father further told the Beacon that his late son was growing up with an older sister and a younger one. He said they are both struggling to come to terms with their siblings' death, especially so soon after losing their mom.
It is something widely felt in the home and in the community. It's really, really, really felt by everyone so far.
He said he was informed that after his son was removed from the swimming pool, he still had pulse, but was not taken to St. Ansbury Hospital until about 2 hours later. That's because a doctor reportedly gave instruction for persons at the location to await the arrival of an ambulance. The father further stated that he eventually went to the guest house to pick up his son's belongings.
The police officer told me that there is a sign said swim at your own risk. And when I went there to pick up my son's belongings, I didn't see any sign said that. But the police officer tell me there's a sign said swim at your own risk in a pool. Now how the government to allow a pool to accommodate anybody and everybody to swim at your own risk? What if somebody walk and fall in it? Them swimming at their own risk? Because there's no barrier shielding off the pool from somebody to fall in it. And I don't know if I'm falling in it. I don't know that. Because there's no, first thing they're going to tell me, there's no video footage. They don't have video camera there. So how is it they're going to tell me he was swimming in that pool? Nobody would know that. Nobody don't know if I'm falling in it. These are questions worth answering. Somebody must have to answer to these questions. And as far as I am seeing, there's nobody to accountable to answer to any question.
The Beacon tried for days to get a police report regarding the incident. When we contacted the corporate communications unit of the police force, we were told that the unit was not in receipt of such report. Its representatives promised to make further checks, but no response was forthcoming up to publication time. I am Horace Mills reporting from Linstead, St. Catherine for the Jamaica Beacon.